Welcome to the Untitled Pittsburgh Sports Comedy Podcast on the BetRivers Network. We're at the Liveberg Studios for a very Halloween episode of Untitled Pittsburgh. Our producer, Benstonium, is here. In celebration of spooky season, this episode, a little later on, we're going to be doing another Yinzer movie review. The 1968 George A. Romero classic, Night of the Living Dead. So make sure you stick around for that. It's Halloween, John.
Are you scared?
Well, it's funny how that changes when you're adult.
Yeah, what are you afraid of?
Global pandemic,
right?
Disease.
Mine is meaninglessness.
Really?
Yeah.
John, in a great Season 2 headspace, it continues here.
Let's go.
Tonight.
Tell you what wasn't meaningless. That win against an NFC West opponent. That means something. How'd we do that?
They did it.
Felt eerily similar to
every other time they've won this year. I don't know if this is a great case to be made for meaninglessness.
Yeah.
But
so we've talked about this archetype of guy. It's usually someone's dad, like an older, 50 plus.
Okay.
You figured you'd watched how many Steeler games by then. But I know a lot of guys like this. I know you do too. They're the no matter what, they're like the naysayer, like they stink. That no matter what,
yes,
all the time, they're
correct.
Just like, because they're so hurt. They're hurting, and this is how they don't want to be hurt anymore. I've been catching a little glimpses of that. I feel like it's a little young, but I feel like it's early onset happening with me, to where I love this team, but I'm like, I hate these guys. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. It's like the way we win and the way we play, like the 3 and outs and the taunting penalties, and I'm sure we'll get to some more things. But as I was watching the game, I have young children at home. I'm blessed with 2 beautiful children, and my 3-year-old was up for this one because it was a 4:00 start, which is later, so different vibe for this Steeler game. So he was up start to finish for this one. And he must have said, I don't want to watch the Steelers 80 times.
Really?
And at certain points during the game, I'm like, you know what, son? I don't really want to watch them either.
But we're gonna. In this house, we're gonna.
Yeah, and I had to say that 80 times. But,
wow.
Yeah.
So do you think he doesn't want to watch it because you're having a very visible breakdown, or because it's not the stuff he wants to watch?
Well, I inquired further, and he was like, too many jet sweeps, we're not moving the ball. No, he's just wasn't into it. But then he would cheer when he cheered for the TJ Watt interception, so
good for him.
He'll be all right.
I tell you what, these 3 and outs, you don't have enough time to go take a piss and come back.
Nope. And you can set your watch to when it's going to happen. Yeah,
an ugly game, but they're 4-2. Kenny Pickett being short of the first down for sure at the end of that game. And McVay's out of challenges, no timeouts,
cool.
Non-reviewable.
Cool to see him look like a total dickhead, though. Right?
Yeah, Sean McVay, as I've often described him, is you're 26, you're going to the bathroom at Carson City.
Right.
You're walking, minding your own business. You catch a hard shoulder.
Right.
And you turn around to be like, hey, what was that? And then there's a guy like, what's up, bro? What's up? Watch where you're going.
Yeah.
That guy is Sean McVay.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, other than the sheer fact that they got the W, they chalked one in the win column, everything else was terrible about that game. Of course, the taunting calls, which were, when Pickens took it, it's like, all right, well, he's lost it a little bit emotionally here, and then Deontay Johnson said, hold my beer.
Right.
Because I'm about to shush a guy.
Yeah. That used to play for us. You wonder if that was friendly too.
I think it was friendly.
I wanted to be like, hey ref, they know each. I guess it doesn't matter, but you got the feeling like they were both
as if the ref's gonna go to half field and be like, there is no flag. The official did not understand the nuance of their relationship.
That's honestly what I was like.
They're old friends. They've DM'd on Instagram quite recently.
Right.
I've seen the receipts. No foul.
No foul.
That's not going to happen.
I mean, you got to put taunting in context.
This should be the new off season. All right, we're here at the NFL owners meeting. We're talking about some pretty significant rule changes.
Yeah.
That being contextual basis for 15-yard penalties.
Seriously, it's they go to review and it's we've got Mike, who's the ref that they got? We got Dean Blandino. And he's
Gene's territory.
He's checking the Facebook page. It looks like it looks like Ahkello Witherspoon and Deontay Johnson were drinking together at Saddle Ridge 3 years ago. You know, you really got to look at this for what it is. It's the league wants to promote friendship, and you know.
That would be amazing.
That'd be sick.
To have like they go with the stupid iPad thing, like the Windows thing. They're like under the hood. It's like, no, they're boys.
Right. Yeah, like
these guys are boys.
You see their Venmo transactions? There's like a little cash thing.
Deontay Johnson gave him $1,800 for his charity.
Yeah.
You don't do that if you're a jerk.
Right.
It's going to be an exciting offseason.
Yeah.
John, on now to our Smash Dick Full Bush Player of the Game.
Smash Dick Full Bush Football.
I love that drop. That's just so good. It's really...
Good. Yeah.
Benstonium has really outdone himself with that. Okay. Our SDFB Player of the Game. I'm going to give it to you. Brett Maher, kicker.
Oh, all right.
For the Los Angeles Rams. Without him... I'm not sure that this happens.
He looked like me kicking out there on a couple of them.
I'm sure it's a hard job. I'm really not trying. Brett, if you're out there and you're like sitting alone at a bar drinking rye whiskey,
right?
Apologies, but
you could also give it to TJ. That was a nice pick.
Yeah, but you can give it to TJ every week.
That's true.
Look, as long as the defense keeps coming up with huge plays and the offense keeps taking awful 15-yard penalties.
Can't.
When the other team's kicker sucks.
Yeah, can't see how we lose.
Super Bowl, baby.
Yeah.
Book it.
Let's go.
Since it's Halloween, John, I know you have a honky tonk coming up this Friday.
Yeah, come on out. This is a good one.
Zombie tonk.
Yep. Dress up like a freak. Get on the dance floor. There's going to be food at this one.
Really?
Barbecue, dance lessons, hoedown, square down, zombied up.
I want to run a few costume, and please come in your costume if you're at Zombie Tonk.
Yeah, you win a prize.
I want to run a few costumes by you.
Okay.
Potential costumes.
Right.
And I want you to tell me how they would rank at Zombie Tonk.
Okay.
Unlicensed Pirates Pierogi. Like just very shittily put together. It's clear that you're a pierogi.
Right.
But you're like dealing with some shit. 5 o'clock shadow, Sig, wearing a wife beater. Like kind of outside of the pierogi
I think
thing.
that'll play.
All right, it'll play.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. How about this one?
Okay.
I've been thinking about doing this for years, and I've like never done it. Mr. Water Heater.
Oh, that'd be sick. Call Mr. Water Heater.
Call
Mr. Water Heater.
Dude, Mr. Water Heater, like, I've thought about it. Do you do like the chicken wire, like, outfit around? Because you got to have that cylindrical thing.
And you got to have the song like playing. Otherwise, you'll have to do it so many times that you'll be
might drive you insane
by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where you land on haunted houses, John.
I wouldn't. I'm kind of in the same boat as I am with like roller coasters. Like, no.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Just no.
Nah. I like a roller coaster. I don't go out of my way to do any of this stuff. At my small Catholic grade school, there was a haunted house that was put together by the 8th graders. They like had a room and they put together like this maze and they would scare you. And for whatever reason, I remember being like in kindergarten.
Right.
And it was like, all right, so this is it. Like, I'm going to get to do this.
Yeah.
Like, wow, there's a haunted house in my school.
Sort of psyched. Yeah.
I'm going to get to do it.
It's a little scary.
Yeah, it's scary, but I'm going through with my friends and whatever. I get to like the home stretch, and this 8th grader grabs my arm and goes, he goes, "Stick your hand in my throw up."
Yeah.
And he jammed my hand into like a pot of cream corn.
Right. Yeah.
Dude, it was so disgusting.
Yeah. It's like a kid was a little too excited to do that. You ever wonder like what made him choose you?
Look, I think about
I want to
that a
stick
lot.
this kid's hand in the throat.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at this.
Look at this pudgy nerd. I'm going to shove his hand in some barf. All right, it's time, John. Yinzer movie reviews. Night of the Living Dead. Filmed in Evans City. We've got our popcorn here.
Ooh.
A zillion Pittsburgh ties in this one.
Thank you.
With local cameos. And it's been a long time for me. I haven't seen it in quite a long time.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever even seen the whole thing. I think I remember watching it a little bit once as a kid. So this will be good.
Let's do it.
Down in front. Bunch of jagoffs.
All right, we're in Evans City right now, John.
Feels like it.
John, where do you land on zombie movies?
I liked 28 Days Later.
All right, here's the bit. A movie that's all like the title intro thing.
Hell yeah. It just keeps going and going.
Well, you used to really be scared here.
This dude's like a dickhead Mr. Rogers vibe, you know?
Still afraid.
Stop it now, I mean it.
He's got those Donnie Iris glasses.
Yeah.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
There it is.
Stop
Yeah.
it.
Look, there comes one of them now.
So he assumed that this zombie was in on the bit?
Yeah, that's unclear. Yeah, this
See,
zombie is not...
The zombie is using tools. This is like when scientists are like, it's the first known case of a crow using a tool.
Right.
Look at that machete. So that guy's bit is he just is a weird looking guy. He looks like a zombie at homeostasis.
Yeah, I thought he was a zombie.
For all we knew, that could have meant those things were in the house afterward. And you wouldn't come
Look, I'm a loose cannon, and I look like a zombie. Leave me
Give
alone.
me a break. I'm trying to work this radio.
When this emergency first began,
Okay,
Imagine David Johnson hopping on there.
John, I want you to imagine this is Marty Griffin.
Oh, jeez.
And no one believes it because of the way that he sensationalizes everything.
Right.
He's like, recently deceased zombies are coming back to life to murder people
Right.
in Pittsburgh's downtown. You're like, oh,
they
will
got
you,
Heather Abraham out there. Yeah.
Marty, will you get off at downtown? Will you leave him alone, please?
I want this with actual Yinzers.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah, they need to redo this with actual Yinzers.
We can remake this in the Allegheny Cemetery.
Yinzers would survive. Some of them.
Some.
Oh my god, dude. It's the night of the living dead. Oh my god.
All right, everything's falling apart, John.
This is a mob mentality. Ew. Is that supposed to be some like intestine situation?
Oh, yeah.
What's cool about these zombies is they look
Pretty regular.
they're subtle. Like there's hungover dude. Well, that guy, he's really
Recently dead. Remember, the
Yeah.
news report said recently dead.
right.
So these aren't like the full-blown thriller
Look, that dude's in
zombies.
his gotchis. He's walking around.
He's got his gutchies on.
He's in his gotchis walking around.
They buried him in them gutchies.
He's like the perv zombie.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm just gonna take my pants. They're like, no, that's not.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah, eat the living people.
They
Oh,
know it.
Cannonsburg. Shit's up in Cannonsburg, right?
Down in North Strabane,
Yeah. County. Connellsville. I've seen some zombies in Connellsville.
so to speak.
Yeah.
Here's a fun little note. My dad told me that his grandpa was the mayor of Connellsville.
Really?
But here's the thing. I've spent 10 hours total in the last 15 years trying to confirm that online. Nothing.
Maybe he meant just like he was really well liked.
The spiritual mayor of Connellsville. Right.
If you don't get yourself a club or a torch, beat 'em or burn 'em. They go up pretty easy.
Okay. You know so much.
My whole family was just murdered by like, yeah, they go up pretty easy.
Yeah. But these things have not existed long enough for him to have formed an opinion
Yeah.
on how easily they are to defeat. Is this guy, is he a cop? What is he?
Yeah, I'll probably get super late after this too.
I'm a guy that I came up with burning them.
Yeah, that was sort of me. That was my thing. This is probably the creepiest part of the movie.
Zombie daughter.
Yeah. The way they're shooting that is a little creepy.
Yeah. Oh, man. The scariest weapon on the wall.
Why just lay there, though?
The
Like,
cement trowel. And I understand that this movie was filmed before the meteoric rise of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Right.
But I feel like there are some self-preservation counters she could have employed.
Yeah, she really just kind of lay there. Or maybe she was fear-stricken. All right, a new dawn.
The zombies they crashed the party, they got hammered.
Right.
They broke some shit, they peed somewhere mysterious. We've all been there.
Mm-hmm. This is like the morning after your bachelor party.
Yeah, Chief, we're going to stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard. Where'd you get the coffee?
I think that's Bill Cardille. Chili Billy, Chiller Theater.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes.
Well, that hardly seems fair.
Right.
Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one.
Okay, he's dead. This guy's the worst.
What'd you think, John?
I'm going to give it 2 out of 5 stars.
2 out of 5.
I don't like old movies.
Okay. That's a you thing.
I don't like zombie movies either.
All right, there it was. Yinzer movie review, Night of the Living Dead. John, not into it. I'm whatever on it. I can't sit here and be like, I love black and white movies.
Yeah.
I don't. The one remake, the guy who gets blown up in the truck at the gas thing, he's wearing an Iron City shirt.
That's what I mean. I want
Which
more
is
of
sweet.
that.
That's a more recent remake.
Yeah.
That's sort of the one that I
think
watched.
I think we should probably spearhead like a real Yinzer zombie movie. I can't believe no one's done that.
Oh, they don't talk a lot.
Right.
But whenever they get shot, like how these ones were reacting.
Oh
and
my
like,
God.
Ah!
Down in front. Bunch of jagoffs.
Well, John, before we get out of here, Steelers Jags, the Halloween game,
right?
Halloween home game. You gotta love it. I am excited to see what kind of deranged costumes Steeler faithful wears this Sunday.
Some weird shit out there.
To Akron. And shout out to Trevor Lawrence, who he's the subject of one of the greatest memes of all time, which is Carmela and Furio from The Sopranos being his parents.
That's so good.
Because he literally looks like the affair child of those two.
He really does.
It's beautiful. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
And I look forward to seeing how the Steelers can back into another win against the 5-2 Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm not even going to, we're not going to take this time and relive all of our Jaguars trauma.
Nope. No, why do that?
No Fred
Why would you do
Taylor.
that? No.
Rasheed Mathis talk.
No.
I'm not going to talk about any Steeler killer Jags from yesteryear.
Nope.
We're just going to go into this game with an open mind and some belief, some goddamn belief for once in our miserable lives.
Giddy up.
Huge shout out to Liveberg Studios for having us here in the Liveberg Sportsman's Lodge. We love it. Huge thanks to Benstonium, our producer, for being with us on site up here in Glenshaw. It's the Untitled Pittsburgh Sports Comedy Podcast on the BetRivers Network.